Hey, what's going on, YouTubers? It's Realtor Trucker Brandon Karen. I just wanted to do an update on week 2 of TNT training. It has been very eventful. I will do another video as soon as I can about all the eventful stuff that I've seen lately. But right now I'm just going to do a TNT week 2 training. A lot of driving. In 2 weeks I've already got 15,000 miles. So I'm already halfway done in 2 weeks. I mean, we've been rocking and rolling. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All the way, in PSD. When I did my PSD, I did on the road all the way through to Oklahoma, from Oklahoma down to New Braunfels, from New Braunfels to College Station, Bryan College Station, Texas, to all the way to Laredo, from Laredo back to Oklahoma, and then back to Springfield. That was pretty much my PSD. Well, TNT has been all the way to Oregon, all the way to what was it? Back to Springfield, all the way back to Utah. It was to Oregon, back to Springfield, then to Vermont, then back to Utah, and from Utah back to New Jersey, or not, I say back, but back east to New Jersey. That's where I did the Pennsylvania PA tour a little bit. I mean, it was kind of quick video, but I did that. We were in Pennsylvania, which, by the way, Highway 76 sucks. It's terrible. There's nowhere to stop, like very little truck stops. You might find a service plaza, which is kind of cool. It's like a rest area, but it has fuel and food, and it's kind of an advanced rest area, I guess you'd say. But you might find one of those, but for the most part, there's nowhere to stop. It's very tight, narrow areas, tons of road construction. I'm talking ridiculous amount. But then we went all the way from New Jersey. We went to the Pennsylvania terminal, and then from all the way from the Pennsylvania terminal to the Hershey warehouse in Pennsylvania, and then all the way down to Miami. And now we're doing a Floral route, Prime Floral route, which has about 10 different stops in it, but all the way up to Washington, all the way up to Canada, actually. I won't be going to Canada. I don't have my passport yet, but so we're swapping it out with a local driver up there. I won't say exactly where or what, when, why, but yeah. Anyways, this is going all the way up to Canada. We're taking it all the way up to the northern North America. But anyways, man, it's just tons of driving. We've already been to Miami, where I'm sitting right back at the Springfield terminal right now. We had to stop and get some stuff for the truck, and then we're headed out. We got to be somewhere by 2 p.m. To drop off another load. We've already done 5 drops already, so Springfield just happened to be one of the drops, but we already did that one. Man, it is rocking and rolling. It is rolling hard. Man, if you can save money while you're out here, remember, you're only getting paid $900 a week. That's pretty decent money, but you got to remember that's before taxes. So $900 before taxes, stuff like that. Man, eating out on the road is expensive. If you can, and me, I like to eat. I love to eat. I mean, I love to eat my food. I can't eat a lot at one time, but I can eat all day, if that makes any sense to you. I can snack all day long, and that kind of becomes an expensive problem. So just my recommendation to you is, if you can have snacks on the truck with you, or maybe you or your trainer like to cook on the truck, there's a lot of ways to save money. And there's actually some videos out there, some YouTube videos that they kind of tell you how to save money on trucks and stuff like that. I'm still kind of new at it. My trainer, he likes to eat out. He likes to get out, stretch his legs, which is a good thing. Loves to eat Subway. Eats Subway probably all the time. And it's probably the most common one in your Love's truck stops. Me, I like fatness stuff. I like my Big Macs and my my McRibs and chicken and all that kind of stuff. So, but anyways, yeah, man. Y'all, if y'all can save your money, I'm telling you, it can be expensive. I've kind of budgeted myself down to about $100 a week out here, which is only about $14 a day. It's not a whole lot of spending, but it's just, you know, you got to budget that $900, you know, and it's not a ton of money. I don't need the $900, but, you know, still, you don't want to be blowing your whole training money. So, plus, you know, you got taxes coming out. But that's just a couple things about TNT. We've been rocking and rolling. Save your money, you know, don't be eating out here. This stuff is expensive. The truck stops, it gets pricey. But I've got into some very eventful stuff, especially this morning. It was a nightmare this morning. 76 is crazy. For your future knowledge, Virginia, which that's in Pennsylvania. If you're going up to Vermont, there's some back roads that are pretty tight, but they're not that bad. Just slow speeds. Let's see, Virginia and Washington, D.C. is a disaster. The highways are crazy. I mean, it's like Las Vegas, the city that never sleeps. I was there at like 11:50 Eastern time, and it was still, there was so much traffic at 11:50. We were rolling 5 miles an hour. No, there was not any accidents. No, there was not any working construction going on. This is just that many people on the road. I mean, it is crazy. On top of Virginia apparently doesn't know their directions. It'd be, you know, right 2 lanes closed. Well, guess what? It's right, or the 2 left lanes that were closed. Then it was like, use right lane. Can't get in the right lane. It's closed. So their signs are a little ignorant. And then it'd be like, use left lane, and the left lane would be closed. And I don't know. They must not know. Hey, what's going on? So I wanted to finish up on that last video, or a second ago. It kind of cuts off right there. Yeah, we had to get going, and I already did 2 more loads, 2 more drops by now. I did that one at 2 o'clock, and then I did another one at 3 a.m. this morning. I'm at a truck stop now. So anyways, back to kind of what I was saying. I know I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but Washington, D.C., Virginia is crazy. I mean, it's, if you're going through there, so the way trucking works so far is kind of what I've learned is, if you're going to manage your time, average about 50 miles an hour for an hour. So 100 miles, you know, that's going to take you 2 hours. 200 miles, you know, it's going to take you 4 hours. That's the best math to kind of gauge yourself. That way you don't overset yourself. Averagely, you can run about 60 miles an hour, or about 600 miles in an 11-hour shift. But all that math set aside, you'll learn that when you do TNT, or once you get out on the road, you'll kind of see what kind of gauges yourself. I usually gauge about 60-65 miles, so I'm usually 120 in 2 hours, or 240 in 4 hours. It's kind of where I set myself. But if you're going through Virginia, you need to go ahead and plan that you're going to be slower. You're going to average 40, 45, 55 miles an hour. It's just that way. You get down to Miami, about the same thing. You get towards West Palm Beach, that area, traffic is heavy. Doesn't matter what time you're there. We were there for quite a while. We got there early, couldn't drop early, so trying to find a parking spot or a plaza or anything, those service plazas that I talked about are all down the east side. And get Trucker Path app. Get that app. It'll tell you what places might have. Remember, these are truckers putting in, if spots are available or not. But you can look and click on that spot on your route and see who has spots available. Usually truck stops are packed. You might find in rest areas, packed. Truck parking, packed. Those service plazas has been my best bet so far. Again, this is what has been best for me. This is where I've been able to find spots. Miami is crazy. Hard to get in places, hard to find places, and the roads all kind of cross over each other, so you got to kind of watch, be careful on where you're going. They have a lot of paid parking in Miami area, very little free parking up in that area. I was lucky enough to find a service plaza, and that's kind of where we stayed for the night. Those service plazas are actually pretty cool. But anyways, so that, just, this is some heads up stuff. If you get out there and, you start your TNT training, or you're past TNT and you're just driving and you haven't experienced those areas yet, whatever the case may be, be careful in those areas. Obviously, if you're in Utah, you got the mountains, but, on the east side, you've got mountains and you got tons of traffic. Big cities on the east side. And you go through a lot of it. Pennsylvania, you got a lot of construction, you got high traffic, you got nowhere to stop. You got mountains, up, down, steep grades. New Jersey was a nightmare. 45 miles an hour was about average in New Jersey. That sucked. Is what it was for us, at least. So just some heads up while you're out there on the east side. Fuel cost is a little bit cheaper, so from what I've seen, compared to the west side. But everything else is nuts on that side. So, you're just gonna kind of learn, and everybody's gonna have their own experiences. These are my personal experiences, and what I have seen and what I have dealt with. Everybody's probably different. Somebody's probably watching this video like, that guy's a moron. He don't know what he's talking about. When I went through there, it was totally different. Okay, well, that's phenomenal. This is my personal experience, and so that's what I'm trying to help y'all out with. Hopefully y'all get to watch these videos, see, and if you're heading that way, just prepare for the worst. If you don't deal with half the crap I dealt with, great. That means, you didn't have to deal with it. Mine was a nightmare, but hey, we got past it. We got rolling. That's what we do. We roll and we make money, right? This is second business for me, and that's what I plan on it being. And it's we rocking and rolling. Challenges are just challenges accepted. So it don't matter what kind of crap I go through, whatever. I'm talking about the eventful stuff that I talked about earlier, and challenges. There's been some not so good things. I've said a lot of positive things about all this, and it doesn't matter what you do in life. You're always going to have the kickbacks. You're always going to have the negativity, or the God, this sucks kind of thing. And we've had some of that. We got a load one time at the Springfield terminal when we got back to the Springfield terminal after after Vermont. Yeah, when we went to Vermont, all the way down, we went down to Springfield terminal and dropped our load there. And anyways, we picked up a load. We got a thing, hey, we got a load, cool, all right. So we grab it, we get out to the inspection bay, we're about to pull out. And he's like, oh, by the way, I need y'all to circle back around. This trailer actually needs repair. Okay, whatever. It sucks, but we figure, usually we had that happen before, but they told us that it needed repair, and it was like an hour and a half maybe that it needed repair on. We're like, all right, Well, it's going to set us back about an hour or two. And this load was actually, I think, going back to Utah. And we had kind of a schedule to meet. We've been really early on a lot of things, so we had some time to kill. But we're like, all right, whatever. So we go around, we pull around in front of the inspection bays, go back through the inspection bays, take it over to get worked on. 6 hours later, I felt like a SpongeBob show. Like 6 hours later, we finally, oh yeah, it's done. Like, the guy worked on it the whole time. He worked on the reefer, he worked on the tandems. I mean, he worked on the brakes. He said he had a whole list that he had to go through on that trailer, which we were never informed of, which that was really aggravating, especially because we already hooked up, we were ready to roll. Like, we were already pulling out of we were in the inspection bay, ready to go out and hit the road. And then we had to pull back in and wait 6 hours. 6 hours. So anyways, so we dealt with that. We got that done. We finally get going and stuff like that. I seen a couple rollover trucks. We've seen 3, I think, rolled over trucks on our routes, just in total. Just last night, what was it, last night? No, 2 nights ago. Sorry, my days are running together. I drive from 3A to 3P, so my days are kind of running together. I saw a 3-car pileup on the highway that they literally had all traffic running on the shoulder of the road because it blocked all 3 lanes on I-40, I want to say it is, through Arkansas. You go past Little Rock. We were headed up 65 to Springfield right before I did the video, actually. There was a 3-car pileup that blocked traffic. We've ran into a lot of crazy stuff on the east side that has taken up a lot of time. I mean, it's just been it's been some crazy stuff. Another eventful bad thing is, and as annoying as it is and bad as it is, I don't personally like it. I highly recommend that y'all, if your trainer doesn't do it, you might ask to do it just so you can experience it, is a Floral route. That's the route that I'm on right now, and they suck. Terribly suck. Anyway, it seems that this one's paying pretty decent, and it has it's got like 10 stops. It's a lot of mileage. I think it's like 36, maybe 3,900 miles. I mean, maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe that's all the way up to Canada. No, it was 3,700, but I think that's all the way up to Canada. So and it's like 3 stops in Canada. So, let's say 3,000 miles for us, whatever the case may be. I think it's actually like 33 for us or something like that. But whatever the case may be, these 10 stops suck. And what I mean by that is, so what happens is when you get a load down to Miami, you can pick up a Floral route from there, from not from Miami, but from Florida. You go up there, you pick up the route. That could take a couple hours once you get to the location, because they remove everything out of the trailer, then resituate everybody, all the Prime trucks, trailers, and for your routes, your loads. They color code everything. It's receiver load driver count on those, or receiver unload driver count. So for each load, the receiver's unloading it, you count the product, make sure that all the product's there. But these Floral destinations, for one, you have to read instructions. You can't follow the GPS. You follow the GPS a little bit more than 3/4 of the way there. But once you get like within like 10-20 miles of that place, you have to read instructions and follow that way. The GPS, doesn't matter what GPS you're using, whether it's the Qualcomm, the regular GPS, it will send you somewhere you're not supposed to go, or it will send you in a wrong place. These routes suck. These buildings are not made for these trucks. It's very tight corners, very tight turns. Even my trainer, who is really good at what he does, really good at backing, can get on in almost any spot. He's even having trouble getting in some of these spots. We're having to work together and interrupt our sleep time to help each other get in and out of these spots. We've already ripped off one mud flap by trying to get into a spot. We almost ripped off another one this morning, but we bungee corded it up, so we did not rip it off. I mean, these places, they're not designed for these trucks. It's that simple. And if you don't follow the paper instructions to the T, I mean, you could set yourself up for failure. It's crazy. You actually have to call the customers, and it's just a regular person, and they have to tell you where if you don't know where you're going. One place didn't even have a name on the building. Told me to go in the back alley, and then when I went, it almost screwed me up. I mean, it took us 30 minutes to get me back straight, because there's no way I was going to make that alley turn. Come to find out, I was in front of the building the whole time, but he told me to go around back. It was crazy. And the address on the GPS, sorry, I'm really tired, stops you in the middle of the main street. Like, I actually passed it the first time. It's called Breed Brothers. I won't give the destination. Just know that if you get a floral route and you got Breed Brothers Wholesale, there's no name on the building, and the address will stop you in the middle of the main street. Not turn left into this building or this plaza, just stop in the middle of the main street in front of a red light. It's like, you've reached your destination. No, you haven't. You're in the middle of a road. But anyways, there's a plaza on the right-hand side, and you have to go into that plaza, and then on the side of the building, on the very back half, before it goes to the alley, that's where Breed Brothers Wholesale is. Just so if you know, when you get a floral route, that's where it is. Don't set yourself up for failure. Call the customer, back up to the doors, straight back to the doors. Well, you have to kind of pull around, but then straight back to the doors. It's crazy. I mean, you should probably have a name on the building. Hello? I can't just back up to a building with no name on it. Like, I don't know that that's it. The address doesn't bring me to that place. So that's crazy. But anyways, even my trainer was like, this is stupid. But anyways, so we get done with that one. We go to our next one. The building on this one is on a no truck route. It's on a no truck route where we're not supposed to be. So that was crazy. I had to pretty much do an alley dock. I got the trailer in a driveway, in a single driveway. There was a lot of space in the driveway, but the driveway was just a single driveway, and then it was curbs and grass and a bunch of stuff that'll tear up your truck right there. So I got the trailer in, but the road was only a 2-lane with no shoulders road right next to a church and a mailbox. So I couldn't get the tractor straight. So I finagled it enough that I was able to get the tractor straight, but by that time, the way the trailer was in the parking lot, the tractor was on the curb. And so that's where I ripped off the mud flap. We got it all figured out. We got it all up and straight, but it was on a no truck route. And that's where you're delivering flowers to. So that was nuts. And again, the address and the instructions take you past the building. So, that's nuts. Again, there's no name. It's dark. You can't see anything. There's no name on the building. Hey, this is True Love, which is the name of that place. It's in Galloway, Tennessee. The first one is Breed Brothers. That's in Bartlett, Tennessee, which is right past Memphis. So if you get a floral route, remember these names, because these places are tight. Breed Brothers isn't that bad if you know where the building's at. So if you have experience, at that point in time, it's easy. But when you don't, if you've never been there before, it's not, you don't know where the building's at. The second one, that's just a nut job no matter what. And then the only way out of that place is you have to pull out down a no truck route, back up all the way onto the main road while backing to go straight. Like, that's the only way out of there, period. I even talked to my trainer about that, and he's like, there is no other way out of there. So that it's just a disaster. We get into a place today, our 2 o'clock in what was it? Springfield was easy. There's a place in Springfield that was easy. Let's see, there was a St. Louis. That was a nightmare. That was a straight nightmare. We had to do an alley docky, and then my trainer had to do an alley dock, and then he had to pop a curb and just to get into this little tiny dock that's on a 2-lane no shoulder road. That's a disaster. The one I just did in Nebraska, that was easy. That was really easy. I still had to do an alley dock to get in there, but it was easy. It was in the back of the building. You followed the instructions on the paper. It got you directly to the building. As long as you don't follow the GPS. You follow GPS 3/4, almost to you there, about 10 miles out, and then you got to follow that paperwork. But you followed that, it led me straight to the building, and it was tight getting in there. But then once you got to the dock, it said dock behind building, and it was good to go. That's Nebraska. We're headed on to another one now, and we haven't been there and gone already, so I won't say the location, but I don't know where that's be. You might, if it's interesting, you might hear about it on week 3 TNT, since today's technically Monday. So really, I'm already past week 2. But anyways, guys, it's already been like 30-minute long video. Please watch to the end. I know I'm kind of rambling on, but I haven't done any videos, and I just want to inform you of all the stuff that's going on. There's a lot of good stuff out here. There's ways to make money, but there's stuff you got to be careful, and you got to watch these signs out here. You got to. It's just crazy. But anyways, take care. Peace out. Subscribe if you want to see me keep updated on these videos. I'll let you know my progress, plus anything I see in the out here in this world. Like I said, like Virginia and Miami and stops and what's crazy, what's not. It's getting cold, so make sure you're protected with beanies, jackets, gloves, stuff like that. It's already getting in the 20s this week in Missouri, Springfield, Missouri. So that's just Missouri. Right now I'm headed up north all the way up to almost quick Canada borderline. So it's just getting colder the further we go up. It's already been snowing, so watch my videos. I will inform you of stuff that I see as I go along, and we'll keep going. We'll keep trucking. Man, if y'all got any comments, you want to know something, remember, comment down. I'll answer them. I usually try to answer them pretty quickly. And anyways, all right, take care, subscribe, comment. Look forward to hearing from y'all. I love when I hear from my subscribers. All right, thank you. Y'all take care. Good night.